A lot of times men date us and they're actually disappointed. When you're wondering, like, oh, well, why did he pursue me? Why did he want to be with me? And then now all of a sudden he pulling back and he want me to chase him. He got to fucking know you and he's disappointed. Let
Exactly. That's just pure and simple. We almost off the bat, we see you and we think, wow, incredible, just so beautiful, so gorgeous. You have to be angelic. You have to be so great. Then we date. And then we sit across from you and listen to you. And for some of us, it takes us not a full date to realize, oh, you're a trash human. You're a trash human. Now, scientifically, they found that what we do when we see beautiful people, we give them grace, right? And that's not what the scientific term they use, but we think that they are better, that they are more honest, more driven, more outgoing, just because their facial features or their body looks a certain way, and we let that fly. What we now do is get to know people. That's why men are like, yeah, let's go to a coffee date because I know you look good, but I just want to see if you're insufferable. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, we know what the internet's going to say about that. No coffee dates, but we get it. So, guys, before we continue, like, comment, subscribe. I know we got a set of videos on the other side doing really well. A lot of people, new people coming in, but you still want to draw attention to the same topics where we can learn lessons through here. So the best way to do that, outside of donating a large amount of money to me, is actually just like, comment, subscribe, share the video. That does wonders. Let's go.
me tell you this. This is my shit, so I can say I done disappointed a couple niggas. I know that there are men out here that was just like admire me from afar, and it was like, surprise, I'm a hoe. Like, surprise, look, surprise. Look, I fucked you in a week. Like, I know that I disappointed you. Like, I think that men, they see you from afar and they're like, wow, she's out here doing her thing. She's a boss, whatever. And then they get you on, they see you off that Casamigos, you drunk as a fucking fish. Your diet don't consist of nothing. You listen to trap music every time you wake up. You have no morning routine. You have no core values. And they date you and they like, damn, like I thought it was something else. It's actually disappointing.
So if we're gonna be honest, there is a bunch of men that see this from rip, right? I don't have to date you to figure out that you aren't about anything. And let's not use such colorful language. A lot of men see you in the way you dress, the way you move, the way you interact with the environment around you, the way you treat servers, the way you treat staff. We see it and we say, oh no, immediately no. Because in the areas in where we like to frequent, we want to go, we want to travel, people are doing the same sort of look evaluation, and who I bring, who I'm with, is reflection on me. So when I see the way you dress, when I see the way you move, it's already a set of red flags. So when sometimes you hear the conversation, I think by sometimes I mean also all the time, where the good men at? Well, a lot of women will repel those men, and we're talking about the affluent, well-to-do men, right? Where image is another weapon to be to be used in the business sense. That matters. And when you come fine as you are, but maybe not the aesthetic, maybe a little, dare I say, ratchet, they see it. It's a great way to disqualify you from the men and the lifestyle you say you want. Now, to go back to what she's saying, yeah, when we get to know you, and sometimes this takes time. This is why dating is supposed to take time. You're supposed to evaluate. You have to see what this person's about. Then we see your habits and we see your hobbies and we see your interests and we say, oh, you don't have any. Your interest, you've sort of downloaded it from the hive mind. You are into the same things that the next woman is. You are 40 years old and you're talking about clock it. Why? That's the term for the young women, right? That's not something that you should have downloaded. That's not something that should be have made its way around your circles, but it is. So we see it and we say you're just like everyone else. And if you want a man that's actually done the work to be, your prize, and I think that's a safe way to introduce that topic, right? He's your prize. He's not going to say he's not going to feel the reciprocal. He's just going to say, okay, if we continue, you're for fun and you're for a very limited time, Christmas special run. That's it. Because that type of behavior, that type of person ends up kind of eroding the discipline you probably exhibit in your life. Like most men, we've, you know, I don't say most men, but I've been in shape, I've been out of shape. I've been in shape, I've been out of shape. And I'm not putting this in fault on any woman I may have been with at the time, but there's a softening. There is a warm bed in the morning that says, I want to remain here because it feels good, it's soft, it's warm, it's welcoming, it's nourishing, and I want to stay there. But the things that made me desirous was maybe I had a nice body that she was attracted to. So I need to go out of it. I need to get up. I need to go into the cold and I need to now do the things. I need to hit the gym. I need to work on my diet. I need to work on all these things so I can be that person. When we get to know you, when we see you don't have those type of traits, what you do is you end up bringing that person you're with down. You all tend to equal out. So if you're with someone that's high drive and you're not, and somehow you guys still stay together, I guarantee his drive will diminish or yours will increase. Which one? What we see a lot of times in society is men having to be the ones that conform. You have to change this thing about you. If you want me in your life, if you want me around, you have to do this now, or you don't do that any longer. And we're being conditioned to say you're supposed to make her happy, you're supposed to please her. What's the quickest way? Is the easy way to do that? You toe the party line. You stop being who you are. Hence why it's important for us to look early and evaluate and say, okay, she's pretty, check. Bunch of pretty now. But when you're actually in front of her, how does that fit you? Does that make any sense? Oh no, no, it's not. You should be, men, this should be your challenge. You should try to make it happy to walk away from a lot more pretty women in your life. Like the dating like story time we had, when you see pretty and you start making allowances, you're gonna find yourself in a terrible, terrible, terrible situation. Just look and say, okay, you're pretty, and what? That is going to throw a lot of pretty vapid girls right off their game. And that's where you want it to be. I'm not giving you game. I'm not giving you techniques. I'm just saying be more than just a pretty face. And this is going for men too. My sister would also tell me stories about just what the dating lives is like for women, just what it's like out there. It's like, oh yeah, the bar really is low. And I'm saying it's low because of effort on the guy's side, on the woman's side. We're both culpable of this. We both can make changes. Do your best not to be the one like her disappointing the next person you're dating. That's it.